Alright, we're back. And we were just told to head back to Regnum. If I can find it, I will head there. But I'm not positive I know where it's at. So Ricardo was a Reaper in his past life, right? Yeah, I fought with Hypnos the Reaper on the battlefield once. A Reaper, huh? They called them that because they reaped human souls, right? Kind of like a job title, I guess. Huh? Is that right? Angie, do you know? Yes. Devaloka was preserved by using the power of belief from Naraka. However, when that proved to be insufficient, Devaloka had to be maintained with human souls. The ones who carried out these duties were known as Reapers, only the ratio provided the Reapers. Why? Census was composed almost entirely of individuals who had no apparent interest in the preservation of the world. While it seems that they held believers in high regard, they were opposed to hunting human souls. It's weird that Asura and Hypnos met on the battlefield. If he was out on the battlefield, does that mean he abandoned his post as a Reaper? Good question. Maybe the ratio had a shortage of troops? I do not believe that was the case. However, I cannot offer any alternative scenarios. He must have had some reason for being there. Alright, so now we're supposedly south from where I lived at. So we're just gonna go north then. Yeah, you can see the bridge on the map. So this is the right way. Let's get it again. Is your headache any better? Yeah, I'm fine now. Were you worried? Your brain overheat. That was a pretty long lecture. You have a fever? Are you alright? Man, Spotter, no more jokes. Lucas taking them seriously. Yeah, my bad. So you don't have a fever? Thank goodness. Thank you for your concern. Another skit. I've been wondering recently what's going on in Regnum. What if the war got worse? What if there's fighting in the city? I don't think you have anything to worry about. If you say so, I guess I can believe it. I feel a bit better now. I'm glad that you trust me, but you should really listen to what I have to say. Maybe I'm just saying whatever I think will make you feel better. Are you? Hear me out and decide for yourself. Deciding that you can relax just because I said so is utter foolishness. Okay then, why do you think that? Regnum is bordered by Garum, Naus, and Mamut. Naus is a non-factor. Garum is fighting a defensive battle, so they're unlikely to leave their familiar territory. Mamut is neutral. The battle with Tenos is taking place further north. So it sounds like there's no fighting happening near Regnum. There are well-policed highways running all throughout the area, just what you'd expect from Regnum, I suppose. Mother and father should be safe. Thank goodness, I'm relieved. You know, you and Luca don't look like lovers at all. Excuse me? That's ancient history. I mean, literally, it's ancient history. Given the visible passion between Asura and Inanna, perhaps it is just the difference that seems so striking. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but they were like two idiots in love. What does that mean? They were always hanging all over each other, no matter where they were. They were famous too, the first couple to cross national borders. Speaking of which, how did they end up together? I don't remember, to tell the truth. I'll tell you what I know. You know Inanna deserted, right? She practically strode right out of a battlefield into Asura's arms. The warriors were so taken with her beauty that they simply watched as she passed. Deserted, huh? I wonder what she was up to. Did something happen in Ratio? Love born amidst the flames of war. How romantic. Really? No good ever comes of love at first sight. Well, certainly there are many cases where people do not realize their mistakes until years down the line. That's what I'm saying. Hey, come on. Romance ain't never been a science. And think of poor Luca before you talk about love at first sight like that. Imperial City Regnum Privy Council. What's happening here? It would appear that Garum launched an attack on Nelsbith. Oh, was it serious? Overall, the impact was negligible. However, the unfinished weapon we were researching were damaged. Are you saying that it was used in real battle? Oswald, you seem to be rushing things. No, the accident occurred during testing. No classified information has escaped the facility. According to Gaudel's report, a specimen was allowed to escape. That constitutes an information leak. Damn, if only there was some way of silencing him for good. Sir, we are currently working to recapture the target. I recommend we immediately begin live combat tests. That is the obvious course of action. We must protect our technological advantage, after all. How are things progressing on the Arca front? Everything seems to be going smoothly. I didn't trust Matthias at first, but you can hardly argue with these results. To think that we would ever have so many avatars at our disposal. The surplus has even filled the research facility. Oswald, you truly can't hold a candle to Matthias, can you? Well, is your report complete? The ignorant masses await the salvation we will bring. Let us rededicate ourselves to our cause. Amen. Seek utopia. Seek utopia. And we're back on the field. Well, I guess we're off to Regnum. What's it like again? We met in Regnum, don't you remember? I wasn't there to go sightseeing. I was kind of in the middle of running for my life. Right, I forgot about that. Let's see. Regnum is the oldest city in existence. It once controlled the whole of the continent. Generally speaking, its citizens are proud and stubborn. It's hard to imagine that when I look at Luca. As I said, I'm simply generalizing. There are, of course, exceptions. Hold on. I'll have you know that I have plenty of self-respect. Maybe you can even say self-respect. Empty words. You are a far cry from the stereotypical citizen of Regnum. However, humility is an admirable virtue. Yeah, virtue's practically your middle name. I'll at least give you credit for that. So what else is special about it? Regnum is the most industrialized city in the world. Its gross production is second to none. That said, it still has to import the majority of its foods. Oh, we learned that in school. Yeah, I know that. The citizens are relatively indifferent till the war. With its large regular army and plentiful assets, to hire mercenaries, most are unaffected by the ongoing campaigns. That sounds right. So they're all blissfully ignorant, like Luca then. Hey, You should at least be able to describe the city that you resided in. Alright. Well, if you didn't cut me off, I might have been able to tell her about my city. I would have been like, yeah, my city's called Regnum and it's very boring. That's my explanation. The end. Hey, Angie, I have a bit of a silly question. What is it? What's the point of the church? Silly is certainly one way to describe that question. Well, in my village, the church was nothing but an empty building. The only clergy were traveling priests. We'd be lucky to see one of them a month. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. Next part, we'll continue on our way to Regnum. See you guys then.